past, British food may have had a reputation problem, but look closer and you'll find a thriving world of small producers making incredible things. This series celebrates those unsung heroes, showing how their craft brings better flavour, a healthier environment and economy, and a richer food culture for all of us. In this episode, I'm back down to the South Devon Food Hub to speak to Michael Barber, a tutor at the Ashburton Cookery School, who's branched out to create a new bean-to-bar chocolate company. Michael, hello.
Hiya, nice to meet you.
So tell me what this place is here now.
So this is our new chocolate factory, or will be. So we're currently in the process of upscaling from a small garage kitchen, and we're moving towards being a much bigger chocolate factory, so that we can start facilitating more wholesale clients and so on. The way I got into chocolate was actually, it was a link with the cookery school. So at the cookery school, I got asked by a student, how is chocolate made? And I'd been a pastry chef for 14 years, but had never made chocolate from scratch. So I told them the basic principle, but never made it. So I thought, no, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna research, I'm gonna see how I can make it on a small scale. Found out that you could go buy from India chocolate melangers, or what they call a melanger, which they use to grind rice to make a flour that they can make doughs out of, and figured out that will actually work to make chocolate. So bought some of these domestic melangers, which work, but you don't want to do them on a big scale, and made a small batch of chocolate. Then converted the garage into the micro chocolate factory, and then the rest was history.
I was super excited to see the chocolate in production, but I was going to have to exercise a little patience. I had a food festival to run, which Michael and his partner were actually trading at, so we were all super busy. But once he had things up and running, I took a trip back down to see how things had evolved. Michael, hello, we're back again.
Yes.
I've been away, well, it's been a few weeks, isn't it?
It has, yeah.
And your factory's evolved a little bit.
That's it, it's actually up and running now.
And we're actually back as well, and it's getting dark as well, isn't it?
Because autumn's come in.
Yeah, but also you're working late.
That's the other thing,
You've got a day
yes.
job.
Yeah.
And you're now working evenings and weekends to make all this happen.
That's it, yeah. So work day Ashburton Cookery School, teaching the pastry diploma, which is our 14-week professional course to become a pastry chef. So that's been there for about 7 years. So this is sort of my side hustle, or hobby gone wrong, as I think some people have called it.
Should we go inside and see what's changed?
Absolutely,
okay,
yeah.
So I think something that I want to understand a bit more about is what is bean to bar or single bean chocolate specifically, as opposed to any other kind of chocolate?
So bean to bar chocolate is when one factory buys the beans in, grinds it and turns it into chocolate, where a lot of chocolatiers out there will buy a pre-made chocolate and then make bars out of it. And then you've got single origin chocolate, which is what we specialise in as a bean to bar maker, which is when we actually just use a single origin from a single farm, which is when we take one cooperative, we take the bean that they've grown, we roast it in a way that keeps the flavours of that bean and make a chocolate that's very unique. Not because we've added flavour to it, but because we're just allowing that bean to do its own thing. A bit like single origin coffee, or a bit like wine, where actually it's the terroir of where that bean is grown is what's giving us the flavour.
Fascinating. So, well, show us around the chocolate factory and we'll see what's going on.
Okay, so come on in.
So it's definitely grown in this space. There's a lot more going on here. We've got, what are these, flavours over, different flavours?
Yeah, so what we have here is actually a selection of finished products, so our actual bars. So this is for a new bar that we make with Buckfast Abbey. So this is lavender picked by the monks, and then we grind that in and make a lavender chocolate.
Lavender there, yeah.
We have hot chocolates, because a big part of our business has become hot chocolate. So this is our Go chocolate. We've got tea bags. So this is a sort of a new product that we've started doing. And this is our tea, because our tea range has gone from being just using up a byproduct of what we make to actually becoming about a third of our business now.
In a normal production in a chocolate factory, what would they do with the husks? I mean, you're trying to use all of the different
so a lot of it gets sort of composted. So it is full of nutrients. So you put it down on a bit like coffee grounds. If you put it onto your garden, it's going to help things grow. Companies will just burn it. If they've got their own sort of way of generating power by burning it, they'll do that. And sometimes it just goes into food waste. I think farmers are starting playing around with it, using it as a fertiliser, which is great, but actually we can still get enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, and, if you can use it for flavour, seems like the logical thing, doesn't it? Why do you think tea is popular? Is it because it's something more of an everyday thing that people
I think it's got loads of health benefits. So cocoa tea is full of antioxidants, so everything that's good about your chocolate, but there's no sugar, there's no fat, so you're not getting the unhealthy side of a hot chocolate, but you're getting all the goodness of a hot chocolate. Right. So it's really, really good for you. It's an amazing product that we should be using. It shouldn't be going in the bin.
When I last came down, you were talking about the melangers, which I think come from India, don't they?
They do, yeah.
You've got these ones that we can hear buzzing in the background. Do you want to come and just quickly tell us what they are?
Absolutely,
and tell us what's going on?
So these are our two small melangers. So these are the smallest industrial ones you can get, about 10 kilos. So you can get them right up to about 150 kilos. So these are little babies. We are in the process of buying a new one, which is going to be 20 kilos. These are our main bottleneck at the moment. I can't produce more than 70 kilo a week. That's it, because I can't physically grind any more than that. But just by buying one more melanger, we're going to suddenly start producing 140 kilos, and that's going to open us up to a whole new market. These are definitely not something you'd see in big industry. They'd be using roller mills, which are basically rolling pins that slowly go together and crush the chocolate really precisely, or ball mills, which chambers with ball bearings. It spins really fast and grinds it. These take 3 days. The ball mill takes about 4 hours, so you can sort of see the difference. What I really like about these melangers, they also do another process that's called crunching, and that is a process of when we grind the chocolate as it's going now, vapours are evaporating off, and that's sort of the acidity that we don't want in the chocolate. So by grinding it open, we're allowing those volatile flavours to disappear, so we can get our flavour to be the chocolate that we want. And I think that's why me as a chocolate maker could make something with my Guatemalan beans. Another chocolate maker down the road could use the exact same beans, but get something that tastes so different, because this stage will determine how your chocolate tastes. The longer I grind it, the less fruity it's going to be, the more the acidity is going to evaporate, which is a good thing for certain beans, because some beans are too acidic, and we need to mellow them out to make them be at their best. So this is our dairy-free melanger, so we never put any milk-based chocolate into this one. This one, actually, in the moment, we've got our vegan coconut chocolate, milk chocolate in there, which is a milk chocolate, but we use desiccated coconut to give it the creaminess. The other one is our coffee. We've got a coffee chocolate going in there at the moment, which is a milk-based chocolate, and we grind real coffee beans in to give it like a natural coffee flavour. Would you like to have a little taste?
Yes.
I must admit, this is the bit I eat most of my chocolate, is when it's in this sort of form. So this is
There's something magical about melted chocolate.
Oh, it is.
You know, like when it's solidified, it is. Yeah, and that's quite strong, isn't it?
It is.
That one.
So that's actually a 55%. So if you get some basic dark chocolates, they will be sitting at 55%. Yeah. So, I mean, that's got a higher cocoa content than Bourneville chocolate. So it sort of shows you that it's a milk, but it's what we'd class as a dark milk.
It's got a slight coconut to it as well.
That's it.
And it's a little bit grainy still. So how long has this been running for now?
So this one went on last night. So this has had about 24 hours.
Okay, so only a third of the way
That's
through.
it. So it's going to got another couple of days to go.
Okay.
I'd say if you try it tomorrow, smoothness is probably going to be where it is. I'll keep it going probably another 12 hours just to get the acidity right. But not all chocolates will need that. I mean, if we look at this machine here, so this is our mocha one. This one has a lot less acidity, especially because of the milk. So this one, potentially we could take off tomorrow. I will probably give it an extra day just to really get the velvetiness to it.
It's slightly smoother and really strong on the coffee as well.
That's it.
Way more than you would get on a normal coffee chocolate.
I mean, what a lot of people say about this one is it tastes very much like chocolate covered coffee beans, because it's got that real sort of coffee hit to it.
When you were designing it, did you put a bit in and then put a bit more in and then just keep going to see how far you could go?
Absolutely, and I mean, I took the nibs right down. So in this one, there's a lot less cocoa nibs in this than our classic milk chocolate. because when I first did it, I went basically on milk chocolate and added coffee to it. But what I found is the chocolate just overpowered it. And what we really wanted is more of a, rather than just being a chocolate bar that tastes like coffee, I wanted it to be almost like having a mocha. That was my sort of starting point. So I wanted the coffee and the chocolate to be sort of equal. We also get some really lovely lightly roasted coffee from a local coffee roasters in Buckfastleigh. So we use their coffee in it, and that pairs really nicely with our lightly roasted cocoa beans, because coffee and chocolate are just a marriage made in heaven.
So what's happening here?
So in here, this is the hopper where the beans go into. So the cocoa beans, once they're made, once they're roasted I should say, they go into here, and this basically just turns and crushes the beans. Once they get crushed, they then fall through this pipe. Now this is something I've added to try to make it all in one flow, because otherwise I'd have to feed it into here, and then I'd have to feed it into this. They go down into here. Now in this bucket is connected to just a standard vacuum cleaner really, and as it connects to the vacuum cleaner, this creates a vacuum in here which is strong enough to pick up the husk, which is quite light, but not the nibs. So then the nibs then fall through this part and into the tray, and then it's the nibs that we then grind into chocolate, and it's the husk that we then turn into our tea.
Have you thought about getting a hat and a cane and a long coat to go with that? 'Cause that's like
it is,
Willy
it's
Wonka,
pipes and all tubes, all that are going over the way.
Which I love the fact that there's a Hoover involved. Can we put a few through and can I see it?
Yeah, absolutely, let me go and grab some. Okay. You can see what we've mainly got there. There's a little bit of husk in there, and that's partly because these beans haven't been roasted, so they're a little bit harder to separate as evenly. But you can see the majority of what's there is just the inside of the cocoa bean, which is the cocoa nib, and that's 50% fat, 50% cocoa powder, and when we grind it, it then turns into chocolate.
Michael went on to tell us that he had his eye on an automatic wrapping machine, but that it had a price tag of, wait for it, £200,000. So for now, he was hand wrapping every single bar that went out of the door. I think what has impressed on me the most is the level of commitment and hours put into getting a project like this off the ground. From working evenings and weekends to hand wrapping to peddling the streets with your product, this was no automated factory churning out chocolate by the ton. It was a dedication to creating something new and unique with passion and perseverance.
You're so efficient at that as
I
well.
mean, like, that's all of them.
All like that.
I want to quickly talk as well about food festivals, because I run a little food festival. You've been there the last kind of couple of years, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
haven't
No, it's
you?
fantastic.
Tell me a little bit about how that's important. How does that fit into what you're doing at the moment?
So over the last year, we've done hundreds of shows. I think we've still got 50 days worth of shows left to go this year. But what it's really helped us is grow our brand awareness, which I think at the beginning of the journey is the most important things. One thing we always do is we have every product or every bar, some of our teas and hot chocolates there for people to try. So they can try them and we can get instant feedback, true feedback as well, because you can see people's faces, whether the product's good or whether it needs some work. If I ever started doing the business again or started from scratch, it would be food festivals first, then build your wholesale afterwards, and that would be the advice I would give to people.
And then, of course, awards. And it just so happened that Michael and I were both going to the same awards ceremony the night after we filmed this. I took the camera down just on the off chance you picked up an award. And, well, no real surprises.
Barbers, beans and bar with rolls like dressing in chocolate. If you love chocolate, or if you love hot chocolate, like